Rishi Sunak, the UK Prime Minister, who's camping in Tel Aviv, has just met the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. First pictures of that meeting. Remember, this meeting is important. Is being seen as the West extending its support and standing in solidarity with Israel. US President Joe Biden was in Tel Aviv yesterday. He sent out a strong message, including his statement on the Gaza hospital attack, where he said that this seems to be handiwork of the other team. And just a day later, Rishi Sunak lands there. Pradeep Datta, who's joining us live from Tel Aviv. Pradeep, Sunak lands after Biden extends support to Israel.
Yes, you rightly said, Pranesh, that all the Western country leadership, they are standing in support of Israel. We saw that yesterday Joe Biden was here. It was a historic visit. Only Prime Minister, only President of the United States of America to be here during wartime in Israel. And now Rishi Sunak is here for 2 days. And today he interacted with the family members and also met with the family members of those who had been held captive by Hamas terrorists. And right now efforts are being on to somehow get them released from their captivity, because everybody is trying their level best to get information where exactly these hostages are, to somehow get them released. So even for that, if they have to conduct an operation, they are doing that. So it's very important messaging being sent to those countries who are trying to right to support Hamas, especially Iran, that don't think that Israel is alone. It must have happened long back during the Holocaust time, because nobody spoke for the Jews that time. But right now the world stands with the Jewish community, and we will not allow anyone to wipe out Israel. Instead, we will be together to wipe out Hamas. That is the message being sent. And already we saw that how Joe Biden yesterday, he said that it is equivalent to 9/11, that attack that has taken place, keeping in view the area and the population of Israel. So it is no less than 9/11. But also there was a message to Israel leadership that the kind of mistakes that they had committed after 9/11 attack, especially the knee-jerk response that was from their side, should not be committed, because Israel is also a democracy, so they have to be very responsible and they go by law. That was a message to them. But yes, they had given a clean sheet to Israel so far as the bombing of that hospital is concerned. It was the other side. That means other side means obviously the Hamas is responsible for that attack. Everybody can understand. In the world of technology, you already have the documentational evidence where you can see that what really happened, because if you look at the trajectory of that missile, that clearly indicates that it was not an aerial bombardment. It was a rocket that got misfired and it hit the building. And once the building was hit, finally they tried to put the blame on Israel, because that way they wanted to project Israel in bad light so that they can vitiate atmosphere and further so that the vicious cycle of the violence continue. The similar kind of a template being followed by all the terror organizations. We have seen this thing happening even in Kashmir Valley also. We have seen this thing happening in other parts of the world also. And exactly the same template and the pattern is being followed by the Hamas people also. But yes, Israel has already made it clear. Short while back, I was speaking to one of their cabinet ministers. He said that we never ever target civilians, because we had no intention of targeting civilians. That's why we had been giving them a free passage. We had want that people from that area should leave towards the safer areas. It's only the Hamas people who had been blocking them, preventing them from moving out. Reason being that because they had been using them as human shield. It is behind their populated areas that they target our areas, and they know that when there will be retaliation to target those launchers from where the rockets are being fired, obviously there can be civilian casualty, and once there is a civilian casualty, they will try to tell world that see all is not well with the Israel, and see how they are targeting innocent unarmed civilians. But the reality is that way they are only trying to justify their misdeed, the barbarism and brutality that they resorted to. See, Pranesh, right now I'm in Serot area. This is that area where actually the first the terrorists came out to this place. They infiltrated in this area, and after that they started targeting. Today this area looks like a deserted town. It will not be wrong if I call it Serot is a ghost town. You will not find even a single human being here except for few journalists coming out to this place. Rest of the people have already shifted to safer areas. Let me show you some of those remains of the ammunition that was fired by that time by these Hamas terrorists. Let me show you the fin of this rocket. See, this is the fin of the rocket that was fired by the Hamas terrorists on that particular day. Whatever ammunition they had in their arsenal, they had been using. They had been firing rockets. They were carrying with them assault rifles. They were having with them grenades. Not only that, but they were using anti-tank guided missiles also. So they had all kind of ammunition with them. So now they are trying to justify their misdeeds by trying to put blame on Israel for what really happened in the Gaza area so far as this hospital is concerned. But satellite imagery or already the drone video that has been put forth by the IDF personnel that clearly indicates that this was basically basically an errant rocket that hit the hospital building, because of which so many people lost their lives. Even many people feel, people here in Israel feel that the figures were also inflated. The 500 people have not died. They are deliberately trying to put this 500 figure so that they can portray Israel in bad light. So far, the situation here on the ground continues to remain tense. But yes, the people here are saying that the only mission we are working right now on is to wipe out Israel, wipe out Hamas, and we have to ensure that all those tunnel network that gets converted into cemetery. That's what actually they are promising the people, and to get release each and every person who had been held hostage, because it's an unbearable agony for the parents whose 9-month-old baby is in the captivity of Hamas. You can very well understand.
Okay, Pradeep, thanks for joining us.